And for us, pre-COVID, we were about 60% of people who were giving online. Now, after COVID, we have 90% of our people giving online. Absolutely. And that's not just a fear over there in Korea. That's a fear that a lot of churches engage with here in the United States as well, is will digital take away from what's happening at a physical location? And for Christ Fellowship, I believe, and I think Jim would attest to this, that pre-COVID, it actually enhanced our ability to work together. Now, in terms of giving and in terms of engagement on that side, so I'm going to address giving first. Online giving has been a powerful tool for a lot of churches in the United States, but particularly for Christ Fellowship, particularly in the area of recurring giving. In other words, people who don't just give once, but make it a regular pattern, a regular discipleship pattern on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis, depending on how they choose to give. Now, and for us, pre-COVID, we were about 60% of people who were giving online. Now, after COVID, we have 90% of our people giving online. Now, this was important. It was important for us to make this transition ahead of COVID, because that meant, oh no, we couldn't hold services on Sunday morning. Was giving going to stop? No. And our people still had a way to tangibly give and to worship through their giving by giving online. Now, you may ask, well, where did that extra 30% come from? Well, we actually called our givers and we said, hey, listen, for those of you who are having issues, we would like to help you transition towards giving online if you're having any difficulties, and giving them the technical support and the practical capabilities of helping onboard them to our giving platform, which was already easy to use, just some of them hadn't done it. And so we wanted to help give them that ability. Now, what happened? Giving stayed consistent. I think Jim can attest to this. Since we did this, giving has stayed consistent at our church, and we've been able to come to a place of breathing and margin, helping us feel much better in terms of the ministry that we're doing. And then some of you may be asking, well, Ray, what about that extra 10%? There are still some of our givers that prefer to give via check or via envelope. And so we provide and we mail them envelopes so that they still have the capability of doing that. We don't want to take that away from them if that's still their preferred method. In fact, one of my neighbors who's in my small group drives to my house and drops off his envelope and says, Pastor Ray, will you please take this in for me? And I said, of course I will. No problem, Carlos. I will drive this down to the church and take it in for you. It's something that's spiritual for him. He doesn't want to do it online. I respect that. He pays all of his bills online. Just with his giving, he wants to do it separate. That's completely okay. So we want to give people who still hold on to that tradition, that method, a methodology of giving. However, for the rest of us, and even then on into the future, my kids, most of their giving or most of their spending is probably going to interact through a digital platform. And so when it comes time for them to give, not just to church, but to any nonprofit, it's going to be through a digital avenue. And so for us, engagement, both in our services, we talk about reoccurring giving, and through giving online, whether you're at a physical location or if you're online, we talk about the importance of that as well. Okay. All right. So the metrics on this. So as Jim said, we count everybody as one. We take a look at basically how many people are watching across all of our different platforms, across all of our different spaces. And mind you, we're on multiple social media platforms. And at the same time, we have our website, we have our app, we have TV apps. We have a lot of different avenues through which we distribute the service. We have chat hosts to help facilitate community during the service. Now, the way that we count is we start on Monday from the previous week and we cap it at the Sunday evening service in terms of people who had viewed the sermons online. This way it accounts for on-demand viewing throughout the week, and it also accounts for Sunday morning views or live views at the same time. And because different people engage with the service at times that are most comfortable for them, not everybody is willing to engage at a live service hour. And the great thing about church online is it's never really closed. It's 24/7, constantly available for people. And I'm constantly looking at our website metrics. And so I see that people are engaging in our messages anywhere from Tuesday at 3 a.m. till, Friday at 6 a.m. There's somebody engaging in our website, engaging in a different platform on there. And so we take a look at the views there. And then from there, another important metric for us is how many connection cards we receive every week. That's something we keep track of. We keep track of how many people fill out that form and actually engage with our church, whether it's a first-time guest or somebody signing up for a small group in some kind of way. That's an important metric for us, because if it doesn't lead them to take a step, then we feel like we could have missed something in our online broadcast. There may have been something that either we didn't communicate clearly, but if we didn't give them an opportunity to engage with our church, then that's a miss on our part. And so we want to make sure and keep that as a key metric. And then from there, we talk about small groups, how many small groups we have, how many small group leaders we have, because we have some small group leaders that lead two groups. We don't just want multiple groups, but we want numbers of different leaders as well. And we engage how many people are in a given small group, online small group. And right now, all of our small groups in physical locations and digital locations are meeting online. So we are 100% online small groups post COVID-19. 90% of our physical small groups actually made that transition to an online digital small group once COVID-19 started. And that's something that we're very pleased that they're still engaging in community. So we don't want to just know about the number of groups, but how many people that are engaging in group. We also look at how many people who are serving online. We provide different ways for them to do that. They can participate in our prayer team. We take prayer requests 24/7 in English and Spanish from people online. They can participate in social media. They can participate on the chat platforms. They can participate in helping me doing some of the back end stuff for our website or for our digital media services. But they've got a lot of different ways through which they can engage and they can serve and use their gifts and talents for the Lord. And so we keep tabs on those things. Those are the key metrics that we take a look at. So attendance online, small groups, both leadership and attending a small group, and then volunteering online, and also connections. Those are the key metrics that we take a look at for our online campus.